Okay, so now we have the Remus single barrel selected by Shared Pour Creators. It's a 7 year, 51% corn, 49% rye, 118.1 proof. So that is definitely a high rye. Um, so Remus is comes out of the Ross and Squibb Distillery, which is MGP, distilled there in Indiana. It is named after George Remus, who was back in Prohibition was labeled the king of the bootleggers. Uh, he started out early in his life as a pharmacist, then went to law school, and when Prohibition came about, he saw his clients getting rich, and so he started working deals and making a name for himself, finding loopholes in the Volstead Act so that he could uh, sell, he could distill bonded whiskey and sell it for medicinal purposes. And so they had some backdoor deals where his workers would hijack the whiskey and then sell it off in the black market. Um, so pretty interesting character if you go read about him. He made himself very, very rich through lavish parties, and then he actually wound up in prison. He finally got caught and went to prison for the prohibition violations, and while he was there, uh, got to talking to one of the guys in his cell, and turns out that guy was an informant. Well, instead of turning him in, he went off and had an affair with his current wife, and then they plotted to steal all the money and business from him. And then it just kind of snowballed from there. So it's an interesting story. Um, but yeah, that's he bought and sold a lot of distilleries. In fact, like during his prime, he owned like most of the distilleries that were operating at that time. He had a part in them. So I forget the actual number, but it was a pretty high percentage of distilleries that were owned and operated by him. There's kind of a sweetness on that. Got a little oak on it. There's that rye funk that I don't know quite how to describe it. I get almost a hint of that apple peel, but then there's that funk. But this does it in a way that's just, it's actually really, really good. Like, um, when I think of that rye funk, I worry about it being like that bottle of Rabbit Hole I got out there. That's it's just horrible. There, but I get a hint of that, but it's in a good way. It's how that rye funk ought to be. That's really good. That is really good. Remus, under the label Remus, they have some other bourbons that they release. They've got the Repeal batch. I think they're up to 10 now. I have sampled like 5, 6, and 7, I think. There's like 3 different that I've sampled, and they were all very good. They have there's a Gatsby release. Of course, you know, you got to think during the time of Prohibition, you had the Great Gatsby and all that. So they're really, really kind of playing off that era, and they do it really well. Man, that's just Yeah, there's just a slight spice that you would expect on something that's 49% rye, but not, I mean, you would expect to get some rye spice, but there's not as much as you'd think. It's there, but it's not what I would expect on 49%. That's really good. Like I said, there's another note in there. I can't quite get it. I'm hoping it comes to me as I sip on this before I do the description whenever I post this video. But yeah, this one has it really strong on that funky note, but it's so good the way they've done it. That's an amazing pour. I mean, it's damn near a rye whiskey. It's barely bourbon. It's almost rye. You know, because it's 51%. I mean, 2% more and it's a rye. You know, that's good. That is. Man, there's a kind of an oaky caramel to it. There's a little bit of sweetness. It's very subtle. It's not very strong at all. Man, that is. I've pretty much the Remus products that I've tried have been phenomenal. Yeah, I think my favorite that I tried of the Repeal batch, I think it was number 5. Yeah, I think I tried like 5, 7, and 8, or 5, 6, and 9. I don't remember. I know there was like 3 of them that I've tried. All have been amazing, but I think if I remember right, that 5 was the best. Of course, it's been a while, so you know, palates change and all that. But yeah, Remus, MGP is doing some good things under the Ross and Squibb distillery, which are what they use to produce their own products. If MGP owns the label, it comes out of Ross and Squibb. They use the MGP label for their contract distilling. So, but yeah, making some great whiskey. I'm liking that Remus. That's a good one. That's another one from Amanda, from that bourbon dude. Yeah, man, that was a good one.